Okay, so this is a unusual bolt. I'm trying to get waves of my finger. Right, this is an unusual bolt arrangement where this is the roof assembly. This part with that tube on is the rear assembly, and this part with that on, that tube going to there, that stainless steel 304 tube going on there, 316 is this one, sorry, is the floor assembly. So what we're doing here is joining all three together. Now, I only got some M10 75mm bolts, so what I'm planning to do is to wrap here and wrap around the head of the bolt, about 2mm or so, with some epoxy down there as well. I may find some washers to go in there, but what I'll probably end up doing is putting some wrap in and then a washer on the outside to separate this portion from here. Now, to give you the larger context, that's the roof section which goes up and out to here. All right, I've put the support poles in temporarily. There's a separate one, so that's on the support pole for the roof support pillar. This is the actual windscreen line that comes up to points in that direction to about there, down to the windscreen there. All right. But I didn't want to put one bolt between here and then another bolt between these, which are part of the floor, and there, which part of the back box. So I'm getting away with just the one. There is down here, this hole which comes down to here is about just underneath here where my finger is. You can see there's a tiny little gap. I'll just close the hole. Not that one, that air hole there, watch, there, that one that just went dark. There's a gap there, which this, when that is tightened in, will close. Right. But this is going to have to come off and be epoxy wrapped around. I might be able to get some round here, perhaps a single layer or so, perhaps around here. I may have to cut out some more of the plastic on this side, or perhaps PVC on the side, or perhaps more likely out of this one in order to get wrap around there. But the reason for making this rather large cutout hole, very simple, otherwise you can't get that on. And that's going to be a real pain in the ass to get that in, but I should be able to get some leverage on there, or I'm just going to have to get a spanner, in which case, fine, not a problem, it's going to go on there. Actually, the extension rod on the end there will still get in. Yeah, that's going to be all right. That's going to be okay. So that's why I cut that out. And I can just epoxy wrap across there. That's not a problem. Not a problem at all. Pack it out with paper first. Yeah. The most important thing, the lesson that I've learned from these is, for God's sake, make sure these bolts go straight in. It's fine with the pipes, with the stainless steel pipes. It's fine if they wiggle about a bit, because when you're assembling, you can get them in, line them up, and then put the bolt through. But if you're like this, if your bolt is actually epoxied, that's hot glued at the moment, but if it's epoxy wrapped to the damn thing, it's got to come off in the direction of the bolt. And that one, you can see, is not straight. It's epoxy araldized on. Sigh. Hindsight's a bitch. One thing I did do here, you see there's triangle, triangle, triangle. There's wedge shape. I didn't have a cross brace on here. I had a triangle on there, but no triangle here. So I've added this extra rod, which explained why when I got the whole thing out of the garage, the whole of this lot was just twisted. I put that in. I should really have done that beforehand, but never mind. Whilst it was in situ when it was first assembled, but never mind. It's in now. So just to remind visually, let's turn the camera upright. Rear, right wheel well, left rear wheel well, roofline, windscreen to about here, and the front will be up there. Step in over this large door sill, which will be used to stabilize the side of the car, so it doesn't twist about. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating, this doing this kind of structure. But goodness me, don't know if I explain why cars are expensive and why they use steel in mass production. There has to be a better way to do this, and I think it's with the 3D printed nodes, definitely with the 3D printed nodes and pre-assembled pipes. That's just the obvious way to do it. Cool. Thank you very much.